Greetings, welcome to Little Discovery Corner. It's Monday when I usually go with oracle cards. I think I'll go for a little bit longer form today. Starting with, I think I'll start with my Woodland Wardens. I feel called to shuffle. I want to say that I see a rabbit in my mind's eye as I'm shuffling. A white rabbit. And a white rabbit makes me think of Alice in Wonderland. She follows the white rabbit down the rabbit hole and goes on her little adventure where she's got to take pills, and taking pills into a change of state reminds me of the Matrix. And so that might be kind of where you're at right now. You might be at the beginning of, say, your spiritual awakening journey, when you're seeing some kind of, like for me, the start of my journey started with some interesting synchronicities that were kind of hard to ignore, like seeing triple digits a lot, like 111 or 000, 333, that sort of thing. Especially the zeros. That zeros signal the start of a new cycle. And I would see 3 animals at one time. Like I saw 3, I was out taking walks, and 3 snakes slithered out onto the sidewalk, crossed my path in a 24-hour period. And that was definitely hard to, and they got progressively bigger too. The last one was quite a large one. And then I later saw a copperhead on the trail like the next day, so it was 4 technically. And I saw, like, I entered the trail around that time, and 3 blue jays came and triangulated around me really close. That was an odd one. And I came home, and on my back porch, I'm on a little apartment, and on the porch 3 wasps just they each picked a spot to perch on my back porch, and they just hung out there all day, like 7 straight hours. So, and then, you might be getting, say, YouTube videos or coming across articles or something like that about maybe psychology that resonate with, like, say, a connection in your life. Maybe you're getting material that teaches you about narcissism and narcissistic abuse, and you look at it and it's really resonating, like, oh, I feel like I think I'm in a situation like that. So that was the start of my journey. That's how a whole bunch of signs, whole bunch of signals from the universe, and you might be waking up to some of the issues, some of the connections you've kind of been asleep to, becoming disillusioned, and noticing synchronicities, possibly noticing synchronicities like that are kind of starting to get your attention. All right, so to start out with, we have Goat and Willow. Okay, overcoming obstacles, determination, dreams, healing wounds. Yeah, that all makes all tracks. So you may be realizing that there are obstacles in your life to overcome, like certain relationships that were not as healthy as you thought they were. And you may be entering a state of feeling determined to do your healing, and dreams may be playing into this. You may be getting strange dreams, very vivid, and dreams full of strong symbology, and you're trying to interpret them, and you've decided you're feeling ready to follow the signs, synchronicities, dreams, any other information the universe is throwing at you, like say articles or YouTube videos, things like that, and start your learning journey, your spiritual journey, which is all about learning about yourself, learning about the connections in your life, and what you need to learn, what your soul needs to learn, what kind of, say, boundaries do you need to put up to protect your peace of mind and protect your emotional health, and what kind of boundaries should you lower in order to better connect with people who are healthy and nurturing and willing to give you love in return, and be able to give them love in return. Okay, let's see what else we get. Go with poppers, as I like to call them, because I just can't shuffle to get jumpers. Cunning. Okay. This may be something you're waking up to and learning about, is your need for cunning, solving problems, making connections, and perhaps the fox kind of often represents like a sneaky, underhanded energy, and that's something you may be noticing in your life, in the connections in your life that you need to overcome with determination, because they may be quite challenging to, say, maybe escape from, or very challenging problems to solve. All right. Have patience with yourself. Times get frustrating. I will say, on the spiritual awakening journey, digging in deep to your psyche and learning about psychology to help guide you, and unearthing pain that needs to be addressed, if felt and accepted, like acknowledged, felt, and released by some kind of outlet. That can take quite a while, depending on how deep your wounds go, how far back they go. They could go all the way back to early childhood, and how maybe severe the damage was emotionally. And so, yeah, it's a kind of a grueling journey emotionally and mentally, and so you definitely have to have patience. Your determination requires patience, right? And that's for any kind of learning journey. When you're learning a new skill of some sort, you got to start at the beginning and have patience with yourself as you work to get better. Oh, yeah. Oh, right in. Wait, there you go. Work. It definitely takes work. Healing, examining your inner wounds, the emotional pain and baggage, maybe going all the way back to childhood, that perhaps you've been conditioned to bury and ignore and neglect. You may have reached the point where it's all coming to a head. You realize you need to address it because it's led you into some harmful patterns with unhealthy connections, and in possibly rejecting healthy connections, and that's something you need to examine about yourself. And that's my goal with this channel. Let's see. Guess I can get my higher self oracle. These ones are so smooth, it's hard to get one to pop out for you. Here we go. Worry, okay. You could be a bit stressed, and it can be quite stressful when you encounter, you could be worried about just your life in general. Maybe the connections you've lost, having to make changes in your life, having to cut connections that to people you've been attached to for a very long time for some reason or another. Maybe you were just not letting yourself see maybe the manipulative behavior perhaps that was keeping you roped in, and you're worried about going through with it. Let's go with this one. Oh, yep, fits right in. Let go. And that's what I had to tell myself a lot during my journey. It's all about letting go of the past, letting go of old pain, or recent pain too. But yeah, definitely if you're doing the work to examine, find your wounds, find your inner emotional wounds and address them, it's all about releasing that pain, putting down that baggage, letting go of resentments or anger or depression, and telling yourself that's you deserve better in life than to just be, carry that baggage through the rest of your days and let it weigh you down and keep you from learning and growing and maturing and overcoming obstacles, putting up those boundaries, releasing. This could also mean letting go of certain people in your life, certain communities, groups, even family members if they are just very unhealthy for you and keeping you miserable and feeling stuck. There's all sorts of things you'll learn that you need to let go of on an awakening journey. Okay, I'll go with the Moonology to finish out. Look at the bigger picture. What's most important? What do you want to be able to tell yourself when you die? If you're waking up to, say, things that are a lifestyle that's no longer fit for you, okay, you and your loved ones are safe. It may be, this ties in with this one. It may be very daunting. It's definitely very daunting to go through an awakening journey, and it's very frightening when you realize you've outgrown, say, old mentalities and old lifestyles and old, perhaps whole communities of friends and family, and then you need to distance yourself from them. And you may be fearful for your ego might be keeping you afraid. You might be afraid for Cancer, new moon in Cancer, emotional journey. That means like new moon is like the start of a new journey, kind of like the zeros I was mentioning, and nice and dark. And Cancer is all about getting into your emotions, and so perhaps a part of you is afraid. You're worried about the changes, you're worried about the letting go, but tell yourself you're worth it. You're worth the trouble of fighting for yourself, standing up for yourself, and prioritizing your health and happiness. Okay, looks like you've started doing the work. You're following that rabbit down the rabbit hole, and you're making some progress. I think maybe one more. I'll add an angel number. Maybe 2 to balance it out. This one came out upside down. Let's see, 433, ask for help. You may have been feeling lost as to which direction to go in life lately. Your angels acknowledge this and ask you to put your faith in them. Write down the decisions you've been putting off. Okay, that ties right in with feeling worried and afraid about letting go, but wanting to be determined to overcome obstacles, overcome, say, cunning behavior that may be keeping you trapped in unhealthy actions and cycles. Draw another card while asking for insight. Okay. So you may be afraid to ask for help if you feel like you might need it. There's no shame, especially if you're feeling very lost, very emotional. You might need some help of some sort. Some sort of guidance counselor, professional, psychiatrist, psychologist, that sort of thing, life coach. Here you go, trust fall. You are in the right place at the right time. Take a look around and enjoy the moment. Everything is where it's supposed to be. Think of one thing you need to let go of. There you go, right in with everything. So you can enjoy the moment. Give that thing gratitude and send it off into the universe. Picture it evaporating into thin air. It's no longer something you need to concern yourself with. Okay, so if you need to let go of, say, a connection, tell yourself, trust that the universe is guiding you to do that. If you're feeling strongly that's resonating with you, I know this is something I need to do. Trust yourself. Trust the universe. Trust yourself. Thank that connection for the lesson you've learned. Thank yourself for waking up to the need to change and go through and take your steps forward. Okay, I think that'll be good for today. I will see you next time.